E 12.3. During its first year of operations, Punjab Limited had the following transactions pertaining to its ordinary shares. Instructions. Journalize the transactions assuming that the ordinary shares have a par value of 50 Rs per share. Okay, so let's do the first one, January 10. Every time you issue shares, your cash has to go up, right? Because it's kind of like you're selling these shares to other people, so you have to get cash from them. So all of the transactions that we're going to be journalizing it for both A and B, we're always going to have cash on top for that reason. Now, as you can see here, the values are the same, right? The value of the par value and the issuance price was also issued at 50, which means that there is no difference between this and that, which means that over here we can just debit cash and we can credit share capital ordinary. Okay. For this exercise, you're going to see that there is no mention towards share preference. So all of these shares are going to be share capital ordinary or share premium ordinary. In this case, since the value is the same for here and here, we don't have a difference, so we just have to credit share capital ordinary, and the value is just going to be 70,000 times 50. That gives us 3,500,000 for both of them. July 1st. Issue 30,000 shares for cash at 70 Rs per share. Now over here we have a difference, right? The par value is in the issuance price over here is different. So first things first, cash always goes up. And like I said, it's always going to be share capital ordinary, because here we don't have any kind of preference shares. And we are going to have share premium ordinary. And why is that? Well, because it was actually, the shares were issued at premium, right? Do you see that this number is bigger than this number? So the issuance price is bigger. So in this case, that's why we would have share premium ordinary. So the cash is just going to be 30,000 times 70. That gives us 2,100,000. The share premium ordinary, it is going to be the number of shares times the value. That gives us 1,500,000. And remember that I told you that share premium ordinary is always a difference, because how much more was issued at premium? In this case was 600,000. And that is letter A. B. Journalize the transactions assuming that the ordinary shares are no par with a stated value of 10 Rs per share. Well, here it says no par, but if they say no par with a stated value, you can just treat this stated value as if it was the value of the par share. You can check this in your handout, but this is how we solve it. So for the first one, we are going to have cash goes up. Now here the numbers are different, right? Here it's 50, here it's 10. But again, this was issued at premium, right? Because here you see that the issuance price would be bigger than this over here. Because if we multiply 7,000 by 50, this is going to be bigger than if we multiply 7,000 by 10. So it was issued at premium again. Remember that when we issue at premium, the interest is cash and then share capital ordinary, share premium ordinary, right? Okay, so the cash, it is going to be the total number of shares multiplied by the amount that it was sold. In this case was 70. Okay, here we have, oh, sorry, we're doing this one, right? Yeah, so it is 70,000 times 50. That gives us 3,500,000. Share capital ordinary, it is going to be 70,000 times 10, which is going to give us 700. And share premium ordinary is always the difference. between the two numbers. Okay, in this case it is 2,800,000. Okay. Next, we have July 1st. Issue 30,000 shares for cash at 70 RS per share. Again, this number over here is bigger than this one, so again, it was issued at premium. So again, the entry is going to be the same. Okay, cash amount 30,000 times 17. That gives us 2,100,000. Share capital ordinary, that is going to be 30,000 times 100, which is going to give us 300,000. And share premium ordinary is going to be the difference. In this case, it is 1,800,000.